Okay guys, I'm going to model how I would annotate the first couple of paragraphs of Arachne. If you know how to annotate or don't want to watch this, that's fine. You can just skip to annotating, but this will give you a good idea of what my expectations are for your annotations. So first, we want to always look at the setting a purpose for reading. The purpose for reading says, as you read, underline details you learn about Arachne's qualities. As you read the myth, take notes in the My Notes section on any similarities you notice between this myth and Phaethon. So we're looking for two things. Arachne's qualities, or things that help us to infer what Arachne's qualities are. And we are also looking for similarities between Arachne and Phaethon. Okay, so again, I am just going to be looking at the first couple of paragraphs. You'll notice that I'm using the digital springboard, which is what I want you guys to be using as well. So this will also give you a look at how the tools work. So that would also be good for you to know. Okay, so first thing I do is I'm just going to read the paragraph. Arachne was a maiden who became famous throughout Greece, though she was neither well-born nor beautiful and came from no great city. She lived in an obscure little village, and her father was a humble dyer of wool. In this he was very skillful, producing many varied shades, while above all he was famous for the clear, bright scarlet, which is made from shellfish, and which was the most glorious of all colors used in ancient Greece. Even more skillful than her father was Arachne. It was her task to spin the fleecy wool into a fine, soft thread, and to weave it into cloth on the high, standing loom within the cottage. Arachne was small and pale from much working. Her eyes were light, and her hair was a dusty brown, yet she was quick and graceful, and her fingers, roughened as they were, went so fast that it was hard to follow their flickering movements. So soft and even was her thread, so fine her cloth, so gorgeous her embroidery, that soon her products were well known all over Greece. No one had ever seen the like of them before. Okay, so first thing we're going to look for is her qualities. And these qualities can be both internal, external, obvious, or things we kind of have to infer. So she was neither well-born nor beautiful. And I'm going to make her qualities, just for the sake of being consistent, I'm going to make all of her qualities orange. Let's see. So this is about her father. Even more skillful than her father was Arachne. So again, I'm going to make that orange. It was her task to spin. So her job was to spin the fleecy wool into fine, soft thread. So we get an idea of her job. She was small and pale. Eyes were light, and her hair was a dusty brown. Yet she was quick and graceful. Okay. Okay, so no one had ever seen the like of them before. Okay, so that's kind of the first step, is to just highlight the qualities of Arachne. What I might also do is I might add a comment with this sentence. I might say, I'm going to call it Arachne's qualities. And sorry, I know y'all can't see some of that, so just, oh, I can move it over. I'll move it over. So I might say something like, she was incredibly skilled at weaving thread, her look was simple, but she was very talented, or something like that. And the reason that I want to do that is so that I remember when I go back to this what I said. So I'm going to do the same thing here with paragraph 2. It says, at last Arachne's fame became so great that people used to come from far and wide to watch her working. Even the graceful nymphs would steal in from the stream or forest and peep shyly through the dark doorway, watching in wonder the white arms of Arachne as she stood at the loom and threw the shuttle from hand to hand between the hanging threads, or drew out the long wool, fine as a hair, from the distaff as she sat spinning. Surely Athena herself must have taught her. People would murmur to one another, who else would know the secret of such marvelous skill? So there's not a lot of her qualities here, and we still haven't gotten the other thing we're supposed to look for, which is similarities between her and Phaethon. Although you could say that she obviously has a relationship, or they think she has a relationship with a god, which is kind of like Phaethon, but we don't get a whole lot of qualities. The other thing you need to remember to do is to use your metacognitive markers. So this might be a good place to, even though it's not under the what we're specifically looking for, it's always good to keep using those metacognitive markers. So I might look through this paragraph and think, okay, is there something I can mark? So again, we get this. At last Arachne's fame became so great that people used to come from far and wide to watch her working. So this, I'm gonna make this a different color. And look, they have the metacognitive markers here. So I can even mark it with a comment. So I've left a comment, or I put an asterisk there to mark that I want to make a comment there. And so then I might add a sticky note. Maybe. Okay, I'll add a sticky note over here. No, can't add a sticky note. Sorry, y'all. Okay, well usually you'd be able to add more than one sticky note. So you would make a comment, talking about how she's obviously very talented. Now you're going to go through the rest of the reading and finish annotating. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you all in a little while during the Zoom portion of our lesson. Thanks guys, bye.